welcome to the Success Blueprint. We're excited today to have Dr. Matt Larsen with us. We appreciate him for showing up and for being willing to be on the podcast with us. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Just our interactions, we've met probably 8-9 years ago?
Yeah.
It's been a little bit of time.
2015, 2016, somewhere in there.
Yeah, cool. So and every time I've met, it's just been, I met your wife first. She's amazing. And
this is true.
It is true.
Good answer.
She's amazing. And then when you came in the picture, I just have never had an interaction with you where I didn't walk away feeling better or feeling happy, which is pretty awesome. And so we'll let you go into it a little bit, but first of all, we've got Jamie here. She's filling in for Morgan, which is grateful that was able to do that. So
well, thank you.
Morgan was tied up this morning, so grateful that you're here for that. So I'm excited for today's topic. So first of all, just tell us a little bit about background, kind of where you started. Did you grow up here? Those kind of things. And
I did grow up here. I moved here in first grade.
Oh, okay.
But my favorite thing is to tell people where I was born, because I was born in Buell.
Okay.
So if you're from Idaho, I'm like,
yeah.
Like there were no stoplights in Buell. There might be one now. Then I moved from Buell to Soda Springs because I was moving up in the world.
There you
and then
go.
eventually made it all the way to Idaho Falls and the metropolis. And
there you go, the big city.
Right.
That's awesome. So you went to high school not here?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to Skyline, Eagle Rock, Temple View, stayed in town for everything. Lived on the west side. The airport, I could ride my bike 1 block and basically be at the airstrip.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where you could just see it through the fence, and the canal that goes underneath the airstrip gets empty in the winter. And you can't go under it anymore. It's blocked off, kids. Don't do that.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I explored everything as a kid all around the airport.
That's awesome. Just curious mind.
Very.
That's cool.
I got in big trouble for one time I went rollerblading all the way out past Reed's Dairy back when it was just in the house.
Okay.
And they just sold ice cream out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Went all the way around the backside of the airport, and I thought, well, I don't want to rollerblade all the way back. It's like 7 miles. There's probably a frontage road by the interstate, right? Well, there's not. So I hopped the fence and rollerbladed on the interstate for about a quarter mile to get past the airport. And
there you go.
My mom didn't find out about that for about 30 years.
Yeah. Those things you find out as you have kids, right?
Exactly.
So
I'm like, don't do any of this. But it was awesome.
I'm starting to find out things now. My kids are a little bit older, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And you have 5 kids?
5 teenagers.
Okay.
Wow.
So tell me how you and your wife met.
So we were in college at the same place in Rexburg.
Okay.
And I was doing theater. When I went to college, I wanted theater to be my major. I wanted to go to Broadway.
Awesome.
And do just sing and dance for my whole life.
Okay.
Then I went on a mission and I realized that's probably a hobby. I probably need a career. I probably need something stable because I met so many families in Brazil. This one's stable. This one's not.
Okay.
This one is scared about having food at the end of the month. This one's not. This one can drive a car and go on a vacation.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want the stability.
Makes sense.
Of a daily life. Like this is the first time in my life I thought an 8-to-5 job sounded like a good idea.
Okay.
And 5 days a week and weekends off. I was like, now I see the appeal.
Makes sense.
So then I got home and I was still doing a little theater. I was doing Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
And my wife's name is Joanie. Her roommate was in the show with me, but the roommate didn't have a car. Oh. So I always gave her a ride. Okay. She was never ready on time. So when she's not ready on time, I might as well flirt with the roommate.
That's nice. When opportunity presents.
Right, opportunity presented itself. She was
it.
cute. She was funny. So I started flirting with her. And I asked her on dates for about a month and a half with her saying no every single time.
Really?
Just dismissed me out of hand.
Okay.
And that was amazingly attractive. Because it wasn't rude like, I hate you. It was just like, no, prove you're worth more than just, I'm the person in the room, so you flirt with me.
Oh, really?
She was like, I need to be more than that. Yeah. I need to be more than the girl presently here. I need to be the one you pick out of a crowd and you seek after.
A lot of kids that age do not have that confidence.
No.
Yeah. So she was impressive.
Yeah.
And has remained so.
Yeah, of course.
And become more. So that's how we met, was in college in Rexburg.
Okay.
And so finally she said yes to going on a drive.
Okay.
And so we talked for 2 hours. And then I asked her out 2 nights later, and then every single night for about 5 months.
Okay.
I took her on a date.
Awesome.
To go get ice cream, walk through the park, roll down the hill, swing on the swings. Because we had no money. We were college students.
Yeah.
Very Rexburg things.
Very Rexburg
Rexburg
things.
Right, yeah.
Where it's just like, how can you spend time together and shit.
Right.
That's awesome. That's cool. And now how long have you guys been together then?
20 years.
Fantastic.
Nice.
And she's been through all the career. She wanted to be a mom. And so she got her bachelor's degree and then went to mom mode for probably a decade. And she'd substitute teach on the side or be a personal trainer. And when I met her, she was a massage therapist.
Okay.
And that was one of the greatest things. The first time I got to hold her hand, she took it in both hands and started massaging it. And I was like, oh, this is magnificent.
I love you.
Exactly. I was like, this is divine. This woman is a keeper. So it had been so long, she had let the license lapse.
Okay.
Because we moved to Iowa and Nevada and all over the country. So she went back to massage school here in town.
Okay.
Got a degree, and she's been working her own office for a couple of years now. And now she does 30 massages a month. She's going on 40 or 50, and it just
Wow.
Massively
Really?
strong hands.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she can work.
Right.
She can massage for 7 hours one day, 7
You
hours the
never
next.
have to open a jar.
Exactly right.
You never have to.
Luckily, she lets me anyway. She's like, "Honey, I can't."
She's like, I did loosen it for you though, so you feel manly.
Yeah, she lets me have that moment.
I love that for
That's
you.
good. That's awesome. Well, that's great. So, and what's the name of that? What's the name of her massage?
Total body wellness and massage clinic.
Perfect.
Because she's always wanted to have a full, big wellness clinic,
Yeah.
especially for women. That she's like, your mental health. Let's do mental health and physical health, nutrition. She's a nutrition major in college.
Okay.
But she's always wanted to build this place,
Yeah.
and we'll see if we ever get it done and get it combined or not.
That's pretty cool though. That's
Yeah.
great.
She's got quite the dream.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It's always fun when you're both are kind of pushing each other, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. So you meet Joanie, get married, 5 kids, right?
Yes, we got married, and she wasn't sure because there was some family history of not being able to have kids. So we're like, well, let's not prevent it. And 9 months and 6 days after our wedding, there is the first.
Okay.
So what's the age gap like having five as teens?
We had 4 kids in 5 years.
Oh, I'm tired.
Wow.
And then a decade later, we started fostering, and we adopted one in the middle.
Okay.
So now we have 5 kids in 5 years.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
So ours are very close together. Our oldest is 19, our youngest is 14. And 2 girls, 3 boys.
So you're always in that phase. When you're thinking, oh, we just need to get out of this phase, the next one's like, hey, pick me.
But we're also only once in every phase.
Right.
It's
That's
like once we're out of diapers, there's no caboose. There's nothing coming later.
That is nice.
Yeah.
And right now we are in every teenage problem you can imagine and all the teenage awesomeness.
Right.
All the kids are getting jobs, getting driver's licenses. It's wonderful.
That's right. I did see you the other day teaching your kid how to drive a stick, which I never did, which I kind of regret. Honestly, my kids can't really drive stick. And so, but that's obviously a good thing.
We have 2 stick shift cars, and we go down to the parking lot of the school next to us and just...
I'm a firm believer in stick shift. If they're driving stick, they cannot be on their phone.
Exactly. You
They're
can't be on a
stuck,
phone while you're driving stick.
Right.
Yeah.
Until you're really, really good.
Yeah.
And then you're not even worried. You're like, this is like growing up when you were driving stick and had the huge CD case out.
Right. And
With
we're
37
through.
CDs, flipping the pages, putting them in.
Right. While doing your makeup. Not that I ever did that, but I had friends that did for sure.
Yeah, those other.
But yeah, they were terrible people.
They're the worst.
Right.
They were the worst. That's awesome. Well, good. So then at what point did you realize, like, since I've known you just the last 10 years or so, I picture you kind of as a little kid, like the one always making sure every kid was okay and every kid was happy and every kid was good. I don't know if that's true, but is that something that was innate in you, is always wanting to help people, or is that something you've learned?
I always wanted to help people, but I was far too ADHD to do any of that growing up.
Oh.
I mean, I was the hyperactive, nerd, annoying kid. I was friends with everybody, but also I was just bouncing off the walls everywhere.
Okay.
I was every direction. I think I did every sport. I'm not even kidding. Like, I went from 7th grade wrestling to swim team to track to cross country. Let's try FFA. Let's do debate. Let's do speech. I could never find enough interests to satisfy.
Okay.
Let's do speech competitions. Let's do theater. Let's do choir. Let's go for all state, all Northwest, just everything.
Wow.
Tried track, tried pole vault and
Pole vault. Wow.
hurdles and just anything that looked interesting or unique. I was like, shot put. Never done that. Let's go for shot put. Let's go. Turns out I'm rather small.
Yeah, I was going to say. They're usually like pushing 300 pounds.
Right.
And you're not that.
In high school, I never got above 130.
Okay.
I think I was 105 when I was wrestling freshman year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was tiny.
Yeah, of course.
So I cared greatly about people.
Yeah.
But that version of me didn't really happen until college.
Okay.
Where I could be calm and sit and think. And my wife's still 10 times better than I am. Like in our neighborhood, I'll want to hang out with everybody, be friends with everyone. And she's like, did you notice so-and-so? I was like, notice what? She's like, I'm going to go to their house, check on them.
Very nice.
And she builds the deep connection. I make the initial connection with everybody.
Of course.
I make friends with everyone, and then she keeps it. Like we always joke, Matt makes the friends, I keep the friends.
It's true. That's a little bit similar with us as well. I'm not quite to the extent where I'm definitely more of an introvert, but my wife's she's the one that keeps in touch with people. So friends, when we lived down in Utah or whatever, she's the one that kind of keeps those connections going. I'd love to be better at that. I'm just not. I just don't reach out as much as I should.
Yeah.
But do you find as you get older, you morph into your spouse a little bit? Like I was very extroverted and my husband is very introverted. And the older I get, the more I'm like, I can see your point of view. And he's becoming a little bit more. So we're kind of just gelling into the same person.
Completely.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to the point I can enjoy nights at home.
Yeah.
And I don't have to have people.
I actually kind of prefer them.
Like
They're nice.
My wife would prefer most nights at home.
Oh, my husband was like, we never need to
Like,
leave.
we'll finish a party. I'm like, okay, where's the next one? She's like, I'm going home. I like the people. They were delightful.
Exactly.
We're done.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go home and read the book and watch the Christmas Hallmark movie and snuggle
I
with
like
the
her
dog.
already.
And and so we're better at doing my extroverted side, her introverted side, and meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
After that long of marriage, I think most people do. Like in a healthy, good marriage, you just kind of become a person instead of two separate people.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
No, it's wonderful.
I
enjoy it
dig
thoroughly.
I do
highly
too.
recommend it.
Yeah, I like him, and I like the parts of me that he brings out. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope he says the same thing. I'm sure he's like, damn it, this woman.
This woman. I've never heard him say that, so I think you're
Well,
safe.
he's pretty quiet. He's thinking it though. You'll see it like that. Eye will twitch, and you'll be like, there it is.
There it
is.
That's the twitch.
Bless his heart.
That's good. Well, that's awesome. I love that. I love the fact that, you guys have been together for so long. You know each other so well. And then, so going through college, you said that kind of changed a little bit where you're able to focus a little bit. Did you always know you wanted to go medical or?
I figured that out.
Okay.
When I got back from my mission.
Okay.
Because I was back and I was already registered for all my classes because I'd pre-done everything before I left. Like I did freshman year, preset sophomore year. I got back 10 days before school started. I had to change all my classes. I was like, I'm not doing opera workshop and voice diction for actors. And I was like, it had just barely become a 4-year college. So they didn't really have great advisors yet. And I was like, what do I need to take? They're like, pre-med, physics, chemistry, biology. So I signed up for the classes and I got some of them wrong, like wrong version, wrong thing. But I just jumped into pre-med, expecting to be a pediatrician or a surgeon or something.
Yeah.
I didn't pick psychiatry till halfway through medical school.
Really? Okay.
Because I didn't know any psychiatrists, and all I knew of it was always weird.
Right.
Well, I think
Every mental health person was odd, quirky.
Yeah, well, I think it was just one of those things where there was a little bit of a stigma where I think most of that's gone away now.
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, you're seeking counseling? It's like, but now it's like, you're not seeking counseling? Why not?
Right.
Everyone needs a sounding board and everyone needs that stability in their life, right? So I think that stigma was there at this time still, maybe 15 years ago.
I don't know if it was my own personal stigma or an overall societal, but when I got into medical school and actually worked in mental hospitals, just the people were so intriguing. And to try to figure out, okay, how do I help them? And is there any way to help them in the few hours or few days I have with them to really change the direction or trajectory of their life?
Yeah.
And it was
That's amazing.
It was so much more satisfying because like I worked in a pediatrician's office and I was like 18 well child checks a day. I was like, I'm sure it's very important to the mom and the kid, but I was like, it's not satisfying
Yeah.
from my side. And delivering babies, I was like, the first one was magical. And after that, I was like, if you're going to do this all day, every day, it better be magical all day long. And I'm like, it's not the same thing with surgery. I'm like, it was really interesting learning the techniques, but then it was just surgery.
Yeah.
Just trying to find something that was intriguing day after day. And almost every single person walking in the door interests you. And that's what I found in mental health.
And it's so different every time, right?
Yes. Because you don't know who's walking in the door, and sometimes you don't get any paperwork. They walk in your office, and you're like, I don't know if we're here for autism, ADHD, anxiety, depression, schizophrenia. I have no idea.
Wow.
And you just find out as you talk to them.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I love that. Yeah, I'd never really thought about it, that aspect of just the interest level. I've talked to quite a few surgeons, especially ones that really hone in on a specialty, and they're doing the same thing, 30, 20, 10 times a week, and that's what they're doing, and they're just constant. And so it doesn't really change that much.
I think when you think of surgery, you're thinking, wow, this must be innovated every single day, but then it just becomes monotonous because it's just the same motions. I mean, obviously there's complications, things can change, but yeah, I get that. Like, and then the well child checkups, it's very transactionary. Like, it's just boom, 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 boom. But yeah, I totally get your thought process. And everybody that you see is a puzzle, and their puzzle is very uniquely different. Where, internal medicine, we're all kind of the same.
Right. And I love when I teach medical students, I try to tell them the same. I'm like, whatever specialty you pick, you better love the boring day to day.
Yeah.
Because that's the majority. Like if you're a police officer, a fireman, like most of your day is sitting and waiting or checking on people not in an emergency.
True.
Is there anything boring day to day in your practice that you're like, I could do without this? Or is it all just very exciting every single time?
It's all very interesting every time. Usually when something's not interesting, I'm the problem. Okay. I don't mean that literally. I'm tired. I didn't go to bed on time. I'm in an irritable mood. I also found I struggle whatever stage my kids are at, that's the group I have the hardest time with.
Oh, really?
When my kids were under 10, I was amazing with teenagers. Like I could just bond with any teenager. I could get them. I could understand them. When my own kids got there, they bugged me.
That's
so
fair.
funny.
I'm a mother of teenagers.
Kind of interesting. So I know with teenagers, that's where right now, that's where I have to work the hardest to make sure it's like, okay, be on.
Yeah.
Be calm, be listening, like set everything right so I can be very helpful. Because everyone else is easy.
Right.
Is that just removing kind of maybe some of the struggles we all have with our own teenagers or our own kids at those times? Is that, you think it's from that, or why? What causes
you're
that?
like bringing work to home
To work.
I
I think willpower runs out every day.
for sure.
Like I tell
Definitely
people all
agree
the
with
time, like when they're trying to make New Year's resolutions, I'm like, where you use your energy is on the calendar and on the daily schedule. Because if you use it on the workout, 14 days from now, you're not going to be working out anymore. You're going to overdo it. You're going to be ridiculously sore, and you're not working out again. Or you're going to drop the calorie count, lose a bunch of weight in 2 weeks, and it's all coming back because you didn't change your routine. Spend all the energy on building the routine and the schedule and the calendar. And that's what I realized with mental health. It's like I have to use my mental energy. And if my mental energy for teenagers has run out because of my kids in the morning, I have to really work. I'm like, okay, what are the things that settle me? And some people, it's music on the drive-in. Some mine's Dr. Pepper is my drink. Some people have their morning coffee that they have to have, their thing. I'm like, know what your things are that help you recharge your willpower so you can handle the things you've already run out. Because that's why most of us are the worst with our families. We use our good willpower at work. We handle all the annoying clients, coworkers, moments, distressing things, and we deal pretty well with all of it. And then we've kind of run out of patience by the time we get home, and we'll just...
And they're a safe place. Like,
Wow.
they're legally obligated to put up with us.
Right.
Like, what are they going to do, fire us? No, I'm making dinner. They need me.
Right. So our family usually gets the worst, and so it's trying... I do the same thing on the drive home. I try to remember, I'm like, okay, who do I want to be dad walking in the door? And the only really good rule I've come up with that I can usually do is the first 90 seconds. Give whoever's in the house the first 90 seconds. Finish the phone call before you pull in the garage. Don't get the groceries, don't get the mail, don't get anything. walk in the door, say hello, and greet your dog, your wife, your husband, your kids, your whoever. Give them 90 seconds. Because if they know you're actually have no distraction, if they run up to you, you can actually hug them. You're not keys in one hand, milk jug in the other, mail, big bag on the shoulder. If they know you can actually greet them, they will. My kids will hop off the computer, pause the Nintendo Switch, put their phone down, and they'll come give hugs. Then they'll go back. Then I go back in the garage and grab the groceries and the things.
Okay.
And then that sets the mood for the whole evening so much better because they're already glad I'm home. And then I can take my 10 minutes in my room. I can go relax. I
really like that.
Take my time for me. But I've gotten good at that. Like people in my neighborhood, they'll see me in my car every once in a while, parked around the corner from my house, finishing a phone call. Because if I pull in the garage, the kids heard the garage.
Yeah.
They'll come running out, and I'm doing that silly thing where you're on the phone, putting up your finger, give me just a minute. And you basically just shown them, I'm glad you're excited, but you're the second most important thing at the moment.
Absolutely.
You're like, that's not the message I want. Right. So finish the thing outside.
I love that. That's so good. It's such a practical thing. We always hear, be present, be where you are, be where your feet are. How many, little things that we hear that you have to be there, but something, an actual thing you can do to be present, especially with your family, which should be the most important people to you, right? And sometimes they get seconds or leftovers.
Yes.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that. So with that, what do you is that pretty common? Are you seeing that in kids? I mean, I know part of your focus is adolescent psychiatry, right?
Yep.
And so with that, do you see what issues or what things come up when parents are constantly on their phones versus talking to them and they do feel like they're second to the phone?
Right. Well, first, I want to make 2 points. One, phones are the worst thing at the moment. There's always been lots of ways to be a bad parent.
True.
There was the radio, there was the newspaper, there was the TV.
Yep.
Like we've always been able to ignore our kids.
Yeah.
A blessing or a curse.
Right. Either way, that has always existed. This is the latest iteration.
Makes sense.
The one that makes this one more difficult is it's always mildly entertaining because there's a million things on it. They're all short form content. And it goes with you absolutely everywhere. I think what we've lost is we've lost the ability to be bored.
True.
And I'm amazed sometimes how much awesomeness and fun comes out of boredom.
Yeah.
Because my funniest moments and best moments were usually created from boredom. When I think back to childhood and the things I did with my friends that were ridiculous or were stupid, or when we moved the trampoline up next to the deck so we could jump off the second level onto the sleeping bag so that nobody would bounce off.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, I haven't seen any kids do anything like that in a decade.
True.
For sure.
Climbing a tree. I mean, I grew up on the west side, Reinhardt Park. Those pine trees were 3 or 4 stories high, at least to a kid. Maybe they were. Yeah. They
like
they sure felt like it. Yeah. And I'd climb all the way to the top over and over again, all the time.
Awesome.
There was nothing else to do. You'd dam the gutter
to
see how far you could back the water up.
That's right.
And you'd build a ramp for your bike, and the ramp would break, and you'd slam the handlebars in your stomach and get the wind knocked out of you.
Good, clean fun.
And you do it over and over and over again, and it was delightful. And you'd get bored in church, and you'd make the little games with your sibling, drawing the boxes and flipping a football through each other's fingers. And your mom would smack you and say, pay attention to the...
But even in church now, you see people, they're on their phones.
They're on the phones.
Constantly. It's constant. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is when I go to dinner and I see a family sitting there.
Right.
And everybody is on their phone. And I'm like, why are you here?
Exactly.
What is the point?
And that's actually what, how you have those moments that made it click.
Yeah.
Made you realize it. I was at dinner with my sister a few years ago. She's a school teacher down in Utah. She came up, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We're sitting about an hour into dinner. I look at something on my phone and she's like, Matt, that's about the 27th time you've checked your phone. I'm in town for about 3 hours. Could you just be with me? And I was like, oh.
That hurts. But it's second nature to us. Like, we don't even think about it. Our phone goes off, we look at it. It's not even something that we think is rude. But in reality, it's one of the rudest things you can do to someone. Like, you're in front of me, but something else over here is far more important than you.
Right. And that's, 1, the notifications, and 2, our inability to wait a moment. I mean, like when we watch a movie now at the house, or like last night I watched the Lions game. The rule is one screen at a time. If you're all watching a movie, there are no phones, there are no laptops.
I like
Everything else out of the room so that you're actually watching the movie.
together.
Yeah.
Because most people, they watch a movie and they check their phone and they work on some sort of homework or work thing on their laptop. And 2 hours later, they got nothing done on the work project. They didn't enjoy anything on Facebook and they didn't enjoy the movie.
It's so true.
All of it was mediocre.
Yep.
And we've done the same thing to our relationships. All of our relationships are mediocre. And they're all disposable. And that's probably the worst part is we don't have a lot of complete relationships anymore. Because like growing up, I knew the neighbors. I didn't like all the neighbors, but I knew all the neighbors. You know, who liked you, didn't like you. They were different races, different political parties, different religions, different everything. And you just learned about them.
Yeah.
Like this one's a school teacher, the next one's a nuclear engineer out of the site next, and just down the line. And they were complete people. And you got to accept the good and the bad and the interesting and the annoying about everybody. And now most of our relationships seem to be online. And the moment somebody's offensive, they're too far right, too far left, too far middle, you're like, block, they're toxic. And that term just toxic. It's like everyone's toxic. It's like, there's not a lot of toxic people in the world. There's mostly just people.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
That's so true.
And it just amazed me. I mean, that's what's so great about family and growing up going to one school. You're like, I don't like that person. They're a bully. Okay, well, you have 12 more years with them. So let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't,
It's true.
and that's what I think we need more of is just less ability to distract and less ability to dismiss people. So you just have to know the complete person. Like, I don't like all of them, but I like them. And I can handle the parts I don't like, and we're good.
I think that forces you to look at some of the good in them too. Like you still may not love them. They're not your favorite person, but at least you can see a little bit from their perspective and their point of view because you've gotten to know them enough to where you know where they're coming from versus just dismissing them because they said something that you didn't agree with.
Right. I mean, that's what I think a lot of kids learned that watching the Harry Potter series with Snape. Because the series starts and you hate him. He's the devil. He's the worst. And you find out, you're like, he is more complicated and there is more history. You know, when you find the complete person, you're like, oh, he is mean. He is harsh. And he's the most loving, caring, give his life of anybody.
Which is very indicative of everybody.
Right.
But we do very much put them in a box based on one single thing about them, and then that's their entire personality to you.
Right.
And I think we're teaching our children to do that too. So they're very dismissive of their classmates or people that disagree with them. Then they're like, nope, you're in this box and I'm done. And then I can get on my phone and just ignore the rest of the world because it's easy.
Right. Because what's happened is the way we used to treat celebrities is the way we treat everyone. Because to me, fame is when people like you for one bit of you, but that's the only bit they know. They know you're singing, you're acting, you're pretty, you make nice things, you built a nice building, you whatever. You're famous for one thing and they love that thing you did. They don't really want to know the rest of you. And when they do, they find out they don't like you. They don't like your politics. Like how many movie stars have gone huge and you find out something very negative about them and they drop.
It's true.
It's like, I still like Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise movies. I think it's magnificent. He hates psychiatrists.
Well, Scientology does not.
Right. I mean, I am the devil of his religion and I'm the worst.
Yeah.
And I love Tom Cruise movies. They're great. I went to see Maverick. I'm going to go see the next one. I'm going to go see the next Mission Impossible. I'm going to keep, because they're wonderful. I value him for the thing he does. And he's not my friend. I'm never going to meet him. But now we treat our friends and our family the same way. It's like, I like you for this one bit of value you have to me. But don't show me the rest, because if you do, I'm done.
Yeah.
Everything seems very disposable at the moment.
Right.
Like relationships are disposable, people are disposable, and it's sad because we're missing that human connection. In your line of work, do you see that with children? Because you work primarily with the adolescents. Do you see that being a huge indicator of their mental health is that we don't have that human connection anymore, and it's just sad.
Yes. It's led to the huge volume of anxiety diagnoses. Everybody gets diagnosed with anxiety. Because anxiety is supposed to be a healthy emotion that keeps you safe.
Of course.
It keeps you from driving 80 miles an hour down a residential road. Because even if it is fun, you might hit a kid, a house, a car. It's just not built to be safe for a car going that fast. But then you get anxiety disorders, people who they can't drive on the interstate. They can't go 80 anywhere. Like, actually, you need to go 80 on the interstate. It's the safest speed. Please go 80. And they won't. And I see kids, I mean, how many kids can't answer a phone? Now, I get it because we don't have house phones. But my kids get their first job, and they have to take, like, my first kid worked at Lucy's.
Okay.
Online orders. Can you handle answering the phone for an online order? And then learning to handle 57 new people every hour walking in the door, greeting, seating them. And just a lot of people have lost the ability to handle what could be awkward interactions. Like, it used to be great when we were kids because there was a house phone. You had to call, and I had to say, hey, Mrs. Peterson, is Jason there? Hey, Mrs. Grider, hey, and go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Or immediately hang up if his mom answered.
Right, or if you're calling your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. If the mom answered, no, you
click.
hang up because that's his mom.
Right.
And she'll know. She'll know nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we used to be really good at handling little awkward situations because they just happened all day, every day. And we used to be good at calling out each other's kids. Like, when someone's doing something down the street, it's like, kids, knock it off. Like, I'd ride inner tubes in the irrigation ditches. And they'd be like, and once we got near a bridge, somebody'd be like, it's really not smart to go under a bridge. That, like, you don't know what's under there, if there's rebar left over. Like,
True.
Don't go to the bridge. Like, you shouldn't be in the canal at all.
It was gross, but we all did it.
It was gross. We all did it, but they're like, this part's gross, this part's dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And we could call out each other, and you were used to the old guy down the street who called people out. And there was the one who yelled at you for being on the lawn.
Right.
Of course.
But you also got used to that. And you got to like the old guy who yelled at you for being on the lawn because you also found out more about him. And eventually your parents told you, it's like, well, did you know his wife died 7 years ago? Did you know? And you find out this depth. And I think that's what we miss when we're just distracted, is we never find any depth.
Yeah, everything is very shallow right now, for sure. I think that's just our attention span is so little. I mean, it's so interesting how we see we can't sit for 5 minutes. Like you mentioned, the boredom thing. It's like people don't allow themselves to be bored. The second you have even 10, 15 seconds, you're pulling out your phone and you're looking at it and you're scrolling or whatever you're doing. And I think there was a book that mentioned a little bit about that. It's called Comfort Crisis, Michael Easter.
Okay.
And he talks about that because he goes on this hunting trip up in Alaska, and it's for like a month, and most of it is sitting. And he says, I've never been so bored, but I've never felt so good. He says, yes, I knew every label of every piece of clothing I had because I had nothing else to do but read my labels on my clothing. He said, but I learned so much about myself. I think people just don't allow themselves to do that anymore. And it's kind of interesting.
And I think that's what's led to a lot of both anxiety disorders, kids thinking they're psychotic, and the identity crisis. A lot of people, they haven't sat long enough with their own thoughts and their own feelings to realize it's all them. Right. And it's all okay. Like, I'll have a lot of kids, if they're bored long enough, they think they're hearing voices.
But it's their internal
They'll tell me,
thoughts.
I'm hearing voices, and I'm not okay with it. And it tells me gross stuff or stuff I don't want to think. I'm like, that's your mind. We all think stuff we don't want to think. We all think stuff we're not telling anybody, ever. And if you've been bored long enough, you just realize that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But I think as parents, as a whole, we've become very lazy in our parenting, and we're comfortable with that because the second that they're old enough, we put a screen in front of them. I see kids with tablets, and then they're watching TV, and then they get old enough to have a phone, and we're very lazy about that. And going back to your point of, we were allowed to, kind of cuss out the neighbor kids, like, hey, stop doing that. But now if you tell somebody's kid, hey, you're being a punk, stop it, that mom is on your doorstep.
Right.
Just railing you because
Right.
they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the fact that their kid was being a punk. So now it's somebody else's fault. Put a screen in front of them and we don't have to deal with it. And it's such a disservice that we're doing to our children that we're blocking them from becoming mature humans and dealing with, conflict because we're lazy.
Right. And I don't think we're any more lazy than the parents in the 80s.
Oh, that's fair.
I think it's just path of least resistance. Because in the 80s, okay, let's go very negative on parents for a moment. The worst parent, what did they want? Quiet. I don't want to hear my kids. So what's the easiest way in the 80s to do that?
Make them go away.
Get out of the house.
Go outside.
Go outside.
Yep.
Go outside.
We were never home.
And so everybody went outside. You literally came home when the streetlights came on or when someone yelled or someone called the neighbor and they yelled at you. Go home.
And it was a glorious way to grow up.
It was because it made everyone explore.
Yeah.
It made everyone have complete relationships. You knew your neighborhood. You knew where you knew all the streets, all the back alleys.
Yep.
You just knew everything because you explored. And now what's the easiest way to get kids to be quiet?
A screen in front of
Scream.
them.
So it's still path of least resistance. This one's just more damaging. Right. And so it's hard because you could be a pretty good parent in the 80s not doing much. You could end up with great kids by just giving them a safe house to live in and food to eat and a little love in the morning and a couple hours in the evening.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good parent.
But we're missing the morning and the evening, a little love in the morning and some hours in the evening. I think that's the disconnect of the 80s and now is that we're not giving them those
Because now the
things.
parents aren't even present
Yeah.
for that half hour in the morning and that 2 or 3 hours at night.
We're on our phones. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're distracted.
But, share a meme with your kid and that's, you
I know.
connected, right?
I know. If I just do my hands up and down 6, 7 at the moment,
6'7".
I'm hilarious.
I still don't get it.
Oh, no one does.
I don't even think they know why it's funny.
No, that's the best part of the joke. Sorry, we'll go on this for just a
Right.
second.
Please do. I want to know why they do this.
So 6, 7 is one of the best jokes you could have in a culture because it takes no prep and you don't have to do anything to be in the in-group. All that has to happen is the number 6, 7 is said somewhere in some way. And any kid, they can be the most annoying, the most popular, the biggest, the smallest, the most physically fit, the weakest. And if they do 6, 7,
They're connected.
they're connected. And everyone laughs and they're part of the group. And so in one way, it's lazy because it takes no setup.
Yeah.
It takes no effort. It takes nothing. And it has no meaning. And that's also why it works really well because kids who are trying so desperately to be included,
And in.
they have an in. And I assume it'll disappear in a month.
Oh, gosh, I hope so.
It's pop culture. It'll disappear. And anyone listening to this podcast a year from now will be like, what are they talking about?
6'7".
6, 7 struck for about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was obnoxious.
And it was gone. That's true. So yeah, I do see that a lot where kids just don't see, I think it's harder and harder to get acceptance. Because when you're, like you mentioned, growing up back in the 80s or probably even the 90s, there was, you knew your group. You didn't like everybody in it. It wasn't a group that you actually selected that, hey, you guys are all like me, but you're all together. You all live next to each other. And that was your group. And you were a part of that group. And now people really struggle with all the social media and everything just to find that group, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I know, because I think about the group I invited to my seventh grade birthday party. I think we went to North 40, which I think still exists in town. Anyway, entertainment
It
place.
might still,
Kind of like before Blastoff existed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think about the group and I'm like, I wasn't even close friends with 3 or 4 of the people. They were on the basketball team I played on. But they were on the basketball team I played on that spring right before my birthday. So they were part of the group at that moment. And it's like you said, you didn't stay close with everyone, but you included a lot of people. And friends came and went because they were part of the cross-country team, part of your neighborhood, part of your scout troop, part of something you were in, and you just kind of accepted. You're like, okay, this is the group.
Yeah.
Don't like everything about everybody, and here we are.
But they were in your current orbit, and so they existed, and for
You
the
got
time being.
You got invited to their things, they got invited to yours, and it was awesome.
Yeah. I'm curious of the kind of the culture of people going back to where I need me time versus going outward and looking and having those relationships outwardly. I mean, I've got my kind of opinions on it from the beginning, but what are your opinions on that? It seems like that's been kind of the culture for the last 15, 20 years of, oh, you just need some time by yourself. You need time away from your family or away from things to really do you first and then move on. What are your thoughts on that?
I think this is the romanticization, whatever that word is, romanticizing of finding yourself and alone time. Most of us were very, very bad at scheduling our time. And we delude ourselves all the time because everyone I talk to wants more time. They wish they had a few more hours in the day. But it's a really easy mental exercise to sit down and say, okay, if there were 27 hours in a day, what would I add? Most of us would work an extra hour or two.
Probably.
We'd watch a couple extra episodes.
Right.
Which are really important.
We probably still wouldn't get, because that's what we learned in COVID. When the whole world was shut down, the houses did not become clean. The projects did not all get done. We didn't spend time with our kids past the first week or two doing the puzzle and building the fort and doing the awesome thing because we didn't want to be bored.
Yeah.
We'd rather scroll on our phones. It's just like asking somebody, it's like, I need more time. Okay, the year has 53 weeks. You have an extra 7 days. What would you like to do with your extra 7 days? Okay, my life's only 77 years. Okay, it's 87 years. You have 10 extra years of life. What would you like to do with your 10 extra years? And the answer is always, well, I'd like to go to Costa Rica. But everyone does the exact same thing they're doing now. So it's like, I think you have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I think we have all the time we could ever need. And it's just deciding what you're going to do with it and saying no to more things. Are you willing to say no to your phone? Are you willing to be bored? Are you willing to get out of bed, get off the couch, and do the puzzle with your kid? Are you willing to go buy a puzzle?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, you can get them on your phone. So there you go.
Are you willing to build the fort, go in the backyard, actually get dirty, make the mess, go for the walk? I do a lot of theater. It's my favorite hobby. Well, I've been in a show since I auditioned for Fiddler on the Roof at the end of February. Basically, the last 8-9 months, I've rehearsed 3 to 5 nights a week for a show. I finished my last show about 2 weeks ago. And I was like, we have this collection of 15 classic books on our bookshelf. I want to start those. So I've read 2.
Awesome.
And my wife's like, she's like, you need to take a pause for a while. I'm like, I need to take a pause for a while. And my friends are saying, when are you going to audition again? I'm like, as soon as I don't need to audition again. As soon as I have calmed down enough, I don't need a show. It can be the same for golfing. It's like, when are you going to go golfing again? When I don't need to golf.
Yeah. How does someone get to that self-awareness? I think most people, most of us, including myself, don't have that self-awareness to where, okay, I'm doing this just because I need it versus this is something that I actually want to do that improves my life.
Well, this is where most of us need something that checks us. It's like, I want to be cautious because this is obviously not a religious podcast at all. And at work, I'm very cautious with religion because a lot of people in my office, they've been hurt deeply by someone or something or a religion entirely. But like, one nice thing is, they're all saying the same thing. Most every church, most every preacher, pastor, speaker, they're saying the same thing 50 times over. But somebody says it in a way that's click, and it gets you to think every week, like, am I being as nice as I should be? Am I spending as much time with my kids? Do I check on my neighbors? Am I charitable? Like, it just gives you some time to think. You can get that through religion or through anything else. But I like self-help books. Once you read 10, 20, 30 of them, they're all the same.
All the same, yeah.
They'll say the same thing. But each one found something helpful or useful that clicked for them, and they share it with you. I love minimalism. It's like a couple of days ago, I was at my office, and I have these 2 Harry Potter wands that I bought at Harry Potter World 2 or 3 years ago.
Wish Summer was here right now. She would just die.
Yes, I know.
My friend Summer, she's a big Harry Potter nerd, and well, you know her. Oof. Summer, this one's for you.
So I was at Harry Potter World and I bought 2 wands. If any of you have been there, they cost more than you expect, more than they ever should.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
For a piece of wood.
Yes.
But they turn on a water fountain.
It's plastic. It's not even wood.
Do they?
They don't even work. You can't swish and do the things. It doesn't work anyway.
Lame.
But I bought 2 wands and they look magnificent. And they've been in my office because I was like, I'm not going to have them at home. None of my kids are going to actually play with these. But I hid them at my office because I know the kids in my office. Half of them are not well regulated. They break things. Right. I've had so many toys broken in my office, and I know that's how it goes, and I'm fine. I actually want that because I want them to be able to play and explore and show their parent, I get it and I see what you go through, and they broke my thing too. But I hit the wall because I was like, these cost too much. I'm not willing to let these get broken. And finally, this last week, I listened to some podcast or something, and it was like, what are you saving them for? So when you die, your kids can pick them up, look at them, go, oh, remember that great vacation? Throw them out. Are you saving them for 12 seconds of memory 30 years from now? What is their worth?
Yeah.
And I was like, they're not worth what I paid for them. They're worth what they do now. So I got them out of the boxes and I put them out where the kids can play with them. And they could get broken this week. I know. But they're going to have more value in that one time they got played with than sitting in the box hidden away because they're so valuable. They're not an heirloom. True. They're not grandma's china.
Yeah. Which never gets used either.
Never gets used either.
Yeah. Probably not going to increase in value.
Like, it was amazing when my parents started eating on the china and using all the plates and all the things, and they started getting broken, and they're like, that's what they're for. They're plates.
Yeah.
They're utensils.
But it's true. I think
these aren't the crown jewels.
No. For sure, right? Yeah. Which still get worn. Like, people still bring those out and wear
those. The crown jewels still get used.
Way more than we do, like, our china.
I know.
But my husband and I were actually just having this conversation is we always have these goals and these things that we are striving towards. And then once we reach it, we morph it into the next one. But we never appreciate it then. It's always the next step, and we're just working our lives away. Like, at what point do we stop and say, we're here, we're living our life. Like, stop working and worrying about the next step and enjoy what you have at the moment. Like, I love that. And it's so universal because we all do it. We all have, that one thing that we've saved, that candle that we can't burn because it's super special. But what's so special about it?
I did that because I became a Dr. Pepper collector. All things Dr. Pepper. Someone gave me a candle in a Dr. Pepper can. It was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, never lighting that thing. Right. And after 6 years, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
It's not like I can't make or buy another one.
Like,
even if I can't,
the purpose of it is to burn it.
Like, let's use the thing. Yeah. There's a book I love called The Gap and the Gain. And it basically points that out. Happiness is your life exactly as it is at this moment, minus expectations. And I really believe that.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Like, the more I think about it, the more I ponder on it, I'm like, that is true. Because if you looked at my life physically, it's better than 99.9% of lives in the history of the world. I'm not a slave.
Yeah.
I have air conditioning. I have drywall. I have heat. I have a vehicle. I'm like, just by that, life is amazing. But I don't know anybody, like, my life was great before Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi make your life better. Smartphones make your life better. It's like, I remember when I was growing up, Joanie and I, we were waiting so much to get $1,000 in the bank. We could have $1,000 in savings. We wouldn't freak out with a flat tire. And we wouldn't, like, just getting out of that level where everything's an emergency.
That emergency fund. Yeah.
And there is happiness when you're out of that emergency spot. But I was like, do we feel happy on a daily basis because we have $1,000 in the bank? No. And that's when I realized there's two things and you have to keep them separate. Happiness cannot be pursued. It's one of the few things I think Thomas Jefferson got wrong. There is no pursuit of happiness because happiness is not in the future. Happiness is only right now. Happiness is based on what you have done and where you have come from and what you are right now. Ambition and hope and goals, that's all future, and that's awesome. Keep all of those. Yes, I still want to lose 5 pounds. I want to get this role in this show. I want to build this business and buy a building and go on a vacation. Like, I finally left the country for the first time, like a month ago. That wasn't my mission. I'm like, I finally left the country. Hey, I made it. I'm 43. And I went on a vacation outside the United States that wasn't to go see family. That was a big deal. But my happiness didn't change because of that. I enjoyed the trip, and I still have more goals. I'd like to go see more countries.
Yeah.
But the happiness is now. It's like, if I end up in a car accident later today or get some diagnosis tomorrow, I'm like, well, bummer. But.
So the saying should be life, liberty, and the appreciation of happiness.
Right. The knowledge that you can be happy, you can be sad right now. Nothing has to change. Right. Your kids don't have to change. Your neighbors don't have to change. Your income doesn't have to change. It's like everybody's the song "More Money, More Problems." We're going back
I would
a
like
long
to
way.
find out.
Exactly. Everybody wants to find out. And no one
Yeah.
believes it until they get there.
Right.
Until you have the fame, you can't acknowledge the fame doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
And there is an association with money and happiness past the emergency fund. Once you can handle the flat tire and the heater going out and it does not bankrupt you, there is no happiness with money beyond that. It's just different levels of stress and enjoyment of what you got. Because most of us don't need the car we have and we don't need the house we have. We can have a much older car and a much smaller, our house could have cinder block and only have a heater and have no air conditioning, and we'd be fine. But none of us want to go back to that.
I had one business owner talk about it, and he said that it changes. He says, so the thing that brought him happiness, or that he thought brought him happiness, was working, getting to a point, but he just enjoyed the process so much. He says, once he got there, he says, it was terrible. He says, instead of doing the things that I wanted, because my business had grown so big, I was basically meeting with attorneys all the time and doing everything that he just didn't enjoy. And so it shifted what he was actually doing. And so he kind of got rid of some of it and got back to what he was actually doing, because he's like, that's what I enjoyed. That's what I enjoyed doing. Why am I not doing the things that I enjoy every day? But I love that. I love the thought of you choose the happiness.
Well, it's like when I think about Christmas, I enjoy Christmas morning a little bit, but almost all my enjoyment of Christmas is Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's nearly all the enjoyment. I love the decorations and the lights and the planning, what you're going to give to who, and the anticipation, and going to the concert and the bell choir and the carolers and all the things. Christmas morning itself, to me, is not nearly as much fun as Christmas Eve.
But in the same respect, do you remember what you got for Christmas 2 years ago, or what you gave your children for Christmas 2 years ago?
No.
But I bet you can pinpoint memories of things that you did with them and from that time that actually stick with you forever. I have no idea what I got for Christmas last year. Maybe nothing. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it's a fair chance.
My memories of Christmas are putting up the leg lamp
Right.
from A Christmas Story.
Love that show.
There you go.
And my wife likes White Christmas more than any other movie. They've already watched it twice.
Oh, wow.
Because Halloween passed, it's like
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Like we don't decorate till after Thanksgiving, but the Christmas movies are already out
Yeah.
because we love it. And that's the whole point, is like there is happiness in the journey, but that's where most of it is. It's in the doing in the moment. Like, yes, attain the thing, but the goalposts are always going to move.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you make them move.
The goal's
Because
always
you
going to move
think-
further out.
Because you get there and you're like, well, this doesn't feel like I thought it should feel. So there must be more. So
Right.
I need to get there.
Right. And when you base your happiness on that, that's when people, like I've watched people they later acknowledged they're like good marriages. And they were like, but I didn't know what I had at the time. And I thought there should be more. I thought it should be happier than this. They should understand me better. They should whatever better. And they separated. Because I know people on their third, fourth, fifth spouse. And most I talk to, they're like, should have stayed with the first. And this is not to tell people don't get divorced.
Right.
Like,
Right.
things happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
right. You choose your life and you go with it. But so much of it is we don't enjoy what we have while we have it. And we always can envision something better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there always is something better.
Yeah.
My business partner could say that there's a better psychiatrist than Matt Larsen. Yes, there is. The casting director could say there's somebody who could play this part better than him. Yes. But do you pick me because I'm going to show up and I'm here?
Yeah.
We're going to make it awesome.
So circling back to your profession,
Yeah.
do you think this, I mean, buzzwords right now are huge, and we're hearing mental health crisis and all of these, trauma, childhood trauma, like everybody has a buzzword of what they are and what's
Right.
happened to them and why things are bad. But, historically we live in a time where life has never been better. We have never had more. We've never, gone further. We do live a very, very blessed life. And you can look back 200 years ago and see how people lived then and go, holy crap. Like, I cannot imagine living through that. But they did it, and they did it joyfully because that's what they knew. And they didn't have all these, they did, but not to the extent that we have now.
Right.
What do you think attributes to that? And what, as, mostly parents, because you do a lot of adolescence therapy, what can we do to keep our children out of that crisis per se?
A few things. One, a few things we've already talked about. Keep your mind in the room you're in.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Most parents need to let their kids struggle far more because struggle is what teaches you your ability. Until you've struggled through something, you haven't learned anything. I mean, that's why AI is so rough on kids. It's like the teacher does not actually need to read your report on the Civil War. They need you to struggle through learning to learn something and achieve and you can find interesting things. You can find interesting stories. You can find things you want to research. They need to open the door and you need to walk a few steps in for you to realize, I like walking through the door. So that's what school is you need to get kids to struggle just enough. And that's why I was so glad when my son did cross country this year. Because cross country is a mental game of struggle.
Oh, yeah.
It's just run. For 20 minutes, 30 minutes, however long it takes you to run a 5K.
It's going to be a hard pass no for Jamie, for sure.
And it's just this wonderful thing. I mean, that's why I think it's wise for everyone to run one marathon. It's like, I don't think it's worth all the time to do it many times.
Right.
But mentally, because sure, it's a physical struggle, but most human bodies can run that far if they had to. It's a mental game.
Yeah.
Can you work through the mental game of going that far, that long, being that bored? And so one of my favorite books right now is called Let Them.
From Mel
Robbins.
Robbins, yes.
Mel Robbins.
Yep.
Because it's based on my favorite kind of therapy. And my guess is she's never read any of the therapy books or the whole philosophical background, and you don't need to. All she discovered, and I'm totally misquoting her, but she talks about her son going to homecoming or some high school dance. And he's wearing the shoes he mowed the lawn in. She's just like, you can't. And she's about to jump in, and the sister's like, let him. Let him go in the shoes he mowed the lawn in. What does it matter?
Yeah.
And they go to take pictures, and mom brings extra shoes because she doesn't want him to have grass shoes in the picture. And the sister's like, don't you dare get the shoes out of the car. Leave them in the car. And then they finish the pictures. They're like, where are we going for dinner? And she's like, you guys don't have dinner? It's homecoming night. You're not getting anywhere. They're like, we could go to that pizza place. She's like, they have seating for 5 people. There's 12 in your group. What do you? And so mom's calling, trying to find dinner and reservations. And the sister like grabs the phone from mom, throws it down. She's like, let them go to the pizza place. Let them stand for dinner on their homecoming date. What's going to happen? Nothing. It's like I posted once on Facebook about this of just letting your kids explore the world. Turn off the trackers. Turn off Life 360. Turn off Find My. Get rid of the air tags. And a family member of mine was like, I saved my son today. He couldn't find his way. He'd missed the bus. He didn't have the right app on his phone. And I was like, your son that's 19 in Logan, Utah, and this was 2 PM.
You should probably figure that out.
Tell me the horrific thing that was going to happen if he couldn't find the bus. He might walk.
Yeah.
Might ask for directions. Might walk into McDonald's and say, how do you get on the bus?
But more importantly, he may learn a lesson.
He'd learn a lesson.
Yeah.
And he'd learn how to do it. It's
And
like
gain confidence, most likely.
Exactly, because that's when you gain the confidence and you know you can do stuff. Like now, I mean, again, I'm now blessed. I can fly places. It's really nice. And we'll take my kids and we'll get to the airport and I was like, okay, Victor, you're in charge this time. Get us to the plane. Can you read the boards? Can you find it? Can you find where you check in, where you put the bags, where you go? Oh, they moved the gate. How'd you know they moved the gate?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't look. Okay, that's why you get there a half hour early.
Right.
So the kid can miss and move.
Yeah.
It's like when your kid didn't finish their science project and it's due in the morning. It's like, looks like you're getting an F. Bummer. Let's go to bed. Because what's the bad of getting an F in 5th grade? Nothing.
Nothing.
These aren't high school transcripts. You're not looking at college money and scholarships. Let the kid fail. Let them, and once I did this to my son, he had a project on the Tasmanian devil and it wasn't done. He was in like 3rd grade. And I was like, you're going to fail. Good luck. In the morning, he's like, will you unlock the computer so I can work on it? Sure. And when I got home at the end of the day, he'd hand-drawn on poster board these pictures, these words printed out, built a thing with Legos, and he got an A on the project. And I was like, nice thing is I didn't have to force any lesson. He learned that procrastination works.
Right.
And panic can get the job done.
Right.
And that's all valid. Those are true lessons.
Right.
I didn't have to teach him failure. I just had to teach him, you don't need me to save you. You're fine. Whether you fail or whether you succeed, it doesn't make any big difference in the long run. It matters what you learned and what you got from this. And he learned on that time, I can do it on my own, and I can do it late, and I can work hard. And I don't need a stencil, and I don't need dad to tell me where the markers are and how to get the post. It's like I can just
figure it out.
So that's what I would say we need our kids to do. Like, I live about 1.5 miles from the public library. For years before my kids were teenagers, I sent them to the library. They had to go at least once a week and ride their bikes. And we were a little concerned, so we sent one flip phone with them so they could call an emergency, but we couldn't track them. And they weren't attached to us, and they had no map. They just had to figure out. And we showed them before, okay, here's how you get there. And we did those responsible things, but then they figured out on their own how to get to the library and back. And now they know the streets and they know how to do it. And that's what I would say is the biggest thing. If you can give your kids the opportunity to fail, just let them do all the things and explore. Like, that's what most people get they get from camping. You don't get in a city. You get silence and you get exploration and playing with the rocks and the twigs and chasing each other and falling over the log. And what do you do with the scrape on your arm? And so many things.
How important it is for kids to learn that failing isn't the end.
No.
Failing is just a learning experience to do it better next time. It's not the end, and failing is not necessarily a bad thing. That's so important. I just see so many kids now that they just are so afraid to take that step because they don't want to mess up or fail or look dumb.
And the parent's reaction, if you can react positively when they fail, like first you're commiserating, you're with them, you're like, yeah, sorry it didn't work, but well done. You got it, you went. Like,
what do we take out of this?
Rewarding the
What's
effort.
the next step?
Right.
Yeah.
Reward the effort, because I wish we'd won the game.
Yeah.
Didn't. Lost every game this season. Okay.
You're not getting a trophy. Sorry, dude.
Not getting a trophy, and we're still going to have dinner.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Everybody
okay.
survived. It's going to be okay.
It's like, you don't need a participation trophy, they need that emotionally. That's what you need. You don't need the symbol.
Yeah.
They need the actual feeling from the parent, from the person.
Yeah.
So that'd be my big push would be, one, can you get people to pay attention? Can you get people to be comfortable being bored? The reason most kids don't talk to their parents, like every parent I know tells their kid, come to me with anything, talk to me about anything. The kid knows, yes, their parent can handle it, but the parent's reaction is not worth it. If they tell their parent they vaped, the reaction is not worth it. They might get away with it if they hide it. If they tell you they're going to get a lecture and they're going to get yelled at and you're going to freak out. If they tell you they looked at something you're not okay with on their iPad, some parents are going to run over the iPad or shoot it with a shotgun and put it on YouTube. It's like, parents' reaction is not worth telling. So your reaction needs to be better than hiding and getting found out. It's like, still parents, still have rules, still have standards, but your reaction, it needs to be better to go through you than around you.
True.
I love that.
I do. I like you very much.
You're quite nice yourself.
Well, thank you. I tried.
So tell us a little bit about Ascend. I love this. I've got like notes down here, books I want to read, things I want to do better in my life. But tell us about Ascend and how that started and where we're at now. It seems like that's really exploded and I love it.
Well, Ascend came from kind of my steps of confidence.
Okay.
I finished 25 years of training.
Okay.
Like, because in case you didn't know, to be a psychiatrist, you need more school after high school graduation than before.
Oh.
It takes 13 years after high school graduation.
Wow.
So I got a lot of school.
Yeah.
A lot of school.
And still, most doctors still have imposter syndrome. Like, what if I'm not as good as they think I am? What if they knew how much I don't know? Like,
Yeah, of course.
doctors have all these crises of confidence. And really, I'd just been poor a very long time. And I was like, I want a reliable job with a nice paycheck and vacation days and health insurance.
And get out of the country.
Oh, not even there. Not even there. This was just, I want to be able to pay a mortgage
Okay.
and be in a house rather than renting.
Yep.
That was it at the moment. So I signed on at the hospital for 5 years.
Okay.
Same salary every 2 weeks. And I was like, gold. This is all I needed in life. And I'd have different people come to me saying, hey, you should open a clinic. I'm like, why? I have a great paycheck. I love where I work. I get to help people. I have vacation days. I have health insurance. I'm like, this is all I needed in life. I've made it.
Yeah.
I'm married with kids. We're happy. We're living in a town I love.
Yeah.
And then after a couple of years, I was like, okay, I'm competent. I'm good at this. And I'm sick of discharging people from the hospital. And there's like 3 prescribers in town I trust, and there's no one to go to that I trust. Everyone's full. And then finally working at the hospital got boring.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm used to this, but I only see people for 3 days, 5 days. I never see people get better. I see them not be in crisis and be out of crisis. But that's it. I want more. I want to relieve pain. I want to release potential. I want to do something that really, and I get to see 6 months later,
See the progress.
later, 5 years later.
Love that.
So a friend came to me that's an MBA, Dan Peterson, and he said, Matt, let's start a clinic. And I was like, yes, let's start a clinic. I'm like, my 5 years of the hospital is up. I was just doing month-to-month contract at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do this.
Timing's everything.
And he's like, I'm not working. You're getting restless at the hospital. Let's do something else. So we opened, and it was middle of COVID. We agreed to do it basically in like May 2020.
Excellent timing.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
And we opened in September, and I knew one person. I'd been his supervisor. He was a PA, Kate Anderson. And I was like, Kate, do you want to come open a clinic with me? We have no patients. We have no building. We have nothing. It's like, sure. Hired a lady sight unseen
I
to
offer you nothing.
to work our front desk. And Dan, I was like, I can offer you no salary other than what we make, and we won't get any money for 90 days because that's how long it takes for insurance to get you any money back. So can you handle no money for 3 months?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, and it was amazing because I didn't know all the things of opening a clinic. Like, you have to pay rent to have an address before you can apply for a national provider identification number. You have to have that before you can apply to get your state license attached. You have to have that before you can apply for insurance companies to cover you. And I was like, I have to pay rent on a building 5 months before I can see a patient?
Wow.
We're like, yes.
Wow.
You've got to believe.
Exactly. So it was like,
Okay.
and it was one of those, that's where I was like, I've saved enough working at the hospital, and I know I can do this. And that's when I think a lot of people say you have to go all in on something. You go all in on something when you've got backup. Like everything I look at, Steve Jobs and all those people who like, they went all in on their thing. They went all in once they knew it would work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he didn't quit college until the business was actually working and going. He's like, okay,
Okay.
I don't need the degree anymore. I'll do this. But he kept going for the degree for a long time just in case. Because that's what I think most people need is you can't just jump off the boat. Like first you're like, okay, the boat's here and I can get back on the boat if I need, or like the hospital. It's like, I didn't burn my bridges with the hospital. Like, no, if I need to go back, I'm good with them. They're good with me.
Yeah.
We will not starve. It'll be fine.
Let's keep a good relationship.
Yeah.
But that was it, was deciding I'm all in and I can be all in. And once I found a partner that was all in as well, it's like, we're going to make this our primary income. This is it.
Yeah.
We're going to work the hours. And now we've grown, because we started, there was just 4 of us. Me, Dan, Cade, the PA, and front desk was Jenna.
Yeah.
And now all 4 are still there, but now we have like 45 employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because we've got
That's amazing.
10 prescribers and
There's such a
residents
need,
and
which is-
psychologists
So-
doing testing. The only thing we don't have is therapists, and that's because we don't have any room. We know we need a building, and we need 10 therapists, and we need
Wow.
these other parts to our clinic to be
Yeah.
well-rounded.
Was part of that your wanting or desire to teach as well?
Yes. And that's where, same thing, I knew I could probably make more just doing more at the business. I was like, I also want to take medical students.
Yeah.
And I want to start a training program at the hospital for a residency for doctors who want to become psychiatrists. I kept my good relationship with the hospital and started a residency and ran it for 4 years. And I just handed it off to Dr. Hinckley in town, and he's running it now. And now I'm like, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
Clinic, and I'll probably just do clinic and family and 5 teenagers.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
little bit.
That's enough. But it's nice just knowing it's like, I'm happy with what I got. What'll make life fun? What's a good ambition to go for?
Yeah.
And it's nice knowing none of it needs to happen. I could be home, I can be reading books, working my clinic, and we're good. And if I find something exciting, let's go for it.
Good place
So,
to be.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So I love work because I also get to decide how much time I spend because I love seeing patients. And my business partner knows whenever I get down to like less than 3 days a week seeing patients, I get irritable. He's like, you got to keep plenty of that. Yeah. But I also love teaching in town. I'll go teach it. I was teaching at Alturas a couple days ago.
Okay.
Like a one-time lecture for the leadership group.
Yeah.
And the Hope Squad at Skyline and this thing at Hillcrest and this thing at Compass and church congregations all get asked, hey, come give a fireside or a Parkinson's group. I was like, tell us how to deal with mental health with Parkinson's. And they meet at the Apple.
Wow.
I was like, great. But like, this is what I enjoy doing. I like seeing patients. And then I like speaking and doing a few other things, doing a show, teaching. And it's just nice because it's like none of it has to happen to be happy.
Yeah.
But it all adds. And you're like, another good thing.
Grass isn't growing underneath you at all.
Not so much. Sometimes my wife wishes a little more grass would grow.
You're always keeping busy. Well, dang.
Amazing.
Well, I know you're up against it and that, but we'll definitely have to have you on again. This has been awesome. Yeah. I appreciate you
That's
coming.
amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure. And I'd love to even get into deeper some of the things that we can do, some of the things you're seeing as trends and things like that. And so we'd love to have you on again if you're willing.
Happy to.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.